Hello everyone, my name's Mstar and welcome to another Mstar gaming tutorial. In this tutorial, a guild member asked me to do a beginner's guide on tanking. So if you've just hit 160 and you're new to tanking, then this is the tutorial for you. So first thing I'm going to go over, I'm actually a CP 810, but this is set up for a CP 160. So just to show you that, I'm going to go options, champion points. Okay, if you see there, I've got 110, 110 and 110. Okay, so this is set up for a CP160. So the first champion tree we're going to go into is in the warrior. I've got 50 into ironclad. Okay, 30 into hardy. So just going back to ironclad, that's to reduce damage taken, direct damage attacks by 18%. Okay. The next one is hardy, reduce damage taken from physical, poison, and disease damage by 7%. Elemental defender, that's flame, frost, shock damage, 7%. And reduce your damage taken for damage over time effects by 12%. Okay. Next one is heavy armor focus. So this is to increase your physical and spell resistance. Okay. I normally have 30 in there once I get enough champion points. Warlord, I put 40 in there. Reduce the cost of break free. Reason why you want to do this is because you'll have a lot of bosses. You need to break free when they crowd control you or stun you. Okay, so that's reduce the cost of break free in mechanics in trials and dungeons. In this tree, I got 10% Mooncalf for stand recovery, Arcanist, and health recovery. In the next tree, I've got 50 in Shadow Ward. The reason why you want to put about 50 in the Shadow Ward is for the reduce the cost to block by 18%. It's going to be doing a lot of blocking as a tank. You can take that up to 60 points, and you want to put the rest into tumbling. Okay. And the one you want to unlock here is the Merchant Favored and obviously the Treasure Hunter. So you need 75 in here to unlock that. In this tree, you want to put 50 points into Bless, increase your healing done by 11%. Elfborn, this increases your critical healing with magic abilities by 12%. Master Arms, 30, increase your damage done with direct damage attacks. And in here, I went Thaumaturge, 15 to Thaumaturge, 18%. Because I'm a Dragonite, I'm going to use a lot of damage over time abilities. And I'll show you that later on. So just to show you, that's for a CP 160 setup. So that's why there's 110 points there. Okay. Alright, so I am a Dragonite tank heavy armor setup. Let's go to the character sheet. I've got the easy magic recovery 529, health recovery 939, and stamina recovery is 529. My spell resistance is 25,000, physical resistance is 23,000. I'm an Imperial Dragonite and with the Daggerful Covenant. The food I'm running is Tristat food. The Munda Stone I've got on at the moment is the Steed. Okay. And I've got 64 points in health. Okay. Alright, so I'm just going to get some buffs up. Okay, so we got 30,000 spell resistance and 29,000 physical resistance. So that's pretty good for a tank. Okay. Alright, so that's it for the stats. The next thing I'm going to go over is the gear. Okay. So because if you're new to the game, I went a crafted set, which is easier to get to in the base game without a DLC, and I went an overland set. So an overland set, for example. So let's go to Deshaun, for example, which is with the Ebonheart pack. So there's Deshaun. Okay, so the first set I went for is the Plague Doctor. Okay, so the Plague Doctor set is for tanks. It's max health, healing done, max health with a 5-piece. Okay, so I recommend doing for the weapon pieces. I recommend doing the Forgotten Crypts. If you want the shield, the boss drops the shield in the delve, and if you go and do all the dolmens, so let's zoom in a bit. The dolmens will drop all the purple jewelry. So that's where you want to get your jewelry. You want it purple. Okay. So that's it. The next set is a crafted set. So the crafted set, I went with the armor pieces. So if you go inventory, so let's go through that. I went with his bark. Okay, because it's an easy set to get to. It's a 4 trait. And there's the stats. 1435 armor, health recovery, which is important, max health, and while you're blocking, you gain major evasion, reducing your damage taken from the area attacks by 25%. So that's pretty good. If you're new to tanking, just trying to get a feel for it, this is a good set. So I went infuse on the chest piece, sturdy on the small pieces, just to reduce the cost of block, because you're going to do a little bit of blocking. You don't want to drain your stamina. And sturdy on the gauntlets, infused on the greaves. So the reason why you want to go infused is that way you increase your enchantment effect, okay, which is max health. Okay, everything's purple. The feet, sturdy again, so 3-piece. With the monster set I run is normally Lord Warden. So what I recommend, if you need to be about CP 300 or 400, I recommend 500 before you go into Imperial City Prison, which is a DLC. Or every weekend the Golden Vendor will come and you can purchase it for 200,000 alliance points for the helm and 100,000 gold for an infused helm. So that's another option. And then for the shoulders, you just got to get it from the Undaunted Daily Pledges coffers. Okay. Second set I'm going, so that was a crafted set and a monster set. The next set I'm going to go over is the Overland set, which is found in Deshan. So this is like an old school build. I'm going sword and shield on the back bar. So max health, healing taken, and 2,895 max health for the 5-piece bonus. And there's your shield. So you get that from that delve that I showed you earlier. Drops from the boss in there. Sword and shield again. And then the 3 jewelry pieces. I just put weapon damage on there just so I could solo world bosses. Do a bit more damage. Okay, and you want to leave it at healthy. You don't want to infuse it or anything like that. Okay. For the potions, I just use your tri-stat potions. So let's go inventory. Let's look at your slottables. So long fin pasty with melon sauce. You can either craft it if you got the recipe, or you can get someone to make it for you. And I'll just run these tri restoration potions. You get them from your daily reward, so it's pretty easy. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to show you is we're going to go over the Munda stones that you can run. So if you want, you go to character. I'm running the steed. Okay, that increases your health recovery and movement speed. Another option you can go. Let's have a look on this side. You can go the Lord, which increases your max health. So let's grab that. Okay, so my max health just went up by 2,000. So I went from 48,000 to 50,000, as you can see there. Let's bring it up on here. So there you go. Just max health just went up 50,000. The lady is another option you can run. Physical spell resistance. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so the base stats on the physical spell resistance just went up. Okay. Okay, say you're running a stamina build and say you want to run a werewolf build. Okay. The Serpent is a good option. Increase your stand recovery. So before we select the Serpent, let's have a look at your stand recovery. So it's 529. Okay. Let's accept the sign. And just went up to 774 for stand recovery. That's alright. That's okay. Especially if you pop a potion with those tri-stat potions, it does increase your stamina recovery. Okay. So the Steed is the one I normally run. It increases your movement speed and health recovery. Another good one is the Tower. Increase your max stamina. And the stamina just went up to 20,000. So let's have a quick look. And there it is. Stamina just went up to 20,000. So that's some options you can run for your Munda Stones. So we're just going to go back to the Steed. Okay, so on my front bar, I've got the Bone Shield ability. So let's go have a look in your skills. So the first skill is found in the Undaunted. Bone Shield, and I morphed it to Bone Surge. Okay, next ability is Green Dragon Blood. That's like a heal. Okay, Green Dragon Blood, and I morphed it to Dragon Blood, and it's morphed to Green Dragon Blood. Next ability is Ignis Shields. That's found in the Earth and Heart ability. And I morphed, it's Obsidian Shield, I morphed it to Ignis Shield. So that nearby allies can absorb a 4096 damage shield, okay? And your own shield's 10,000, okay? Next ability is from the one-handed shield, Pierce Armor. This is your taunt, okay? So there it is, that's what it does. Next ability is from the Undaunted. It's Blood Altar, and I morphed it to Overflowing Altar. The reason why I run this ability, say your healer went down, I can put this down while I go around getting people up, okay? So it is a good ability for self-healing. And also if you're an off tank and you're isolated, you got some form of self-healing, okay? The ultimate I run on my front bar is from the Assault. It's Warhorn, and I always morph it to Aggressive Warhorn. Okay, so this buffs the group. Good for trials, good for dungeons. Switching to the back bar. Unrelenting Grip, so that's from the Ardent Flame Tree. Okay. Second last ability, Fire Grip, Unrelenting Grip. Very good skill. Say you chain pull the ads into the middle. Okay. Next ability is Spiked Armor, and I morphed it to Hardened Armor. That's in the Draconic power. Okay. Increases your physical spell resistance for 20 seconds. Gives you damage shield for the first 6 seconds. Very good ability. Next ability, Molten Weapons, and I morphed it Ignis Weapons. That's just to buff the group. That's a really good support skill. Next ability is a Range Taunt. Okay. Undaunted, Inner Fire, morphed it to Inner Rage. Last ability is like a crowd control type ability. I went Dark Talents, and I morphed it to Choking Talents. So when you bring all the ads in, you want to choke them. The last ability there is for the one-handed shield, Spell Shield, Shield Wall, and you morph it to Spell Spell Wall. Very good ability. What it does, any damage you take, it reflects it back onto the boss or adds. And it's really cheap, 130. Okay, you automatically block, and it's good for picking up your teammates when they go down. Okay, so just starting from the top. I've got all the passives here. Okay, that's what they do. Okay. Draconic Power, I've got all the passives here. Okay, that's what they do. And Earth and Heart, all the passives. Okay. Moving down, One Hand and Shield, got all the passives. Okay. Full heavy armor build. Physical spell resistance in the resolve, Constitution, Juggernaut. Okay. Fighters Guild, I went Banish the Wicked, maxed it out. That way you get ultimate when you're killing undead, Daedra, or werewolf. Mage's Guild, Precise Will, that's just for the questing when you're doing quests. Okay, Aggressive Warhorn here. Imperial. So I've got all the passives here. Okay, down the Alchemy, I power leveled this up, and the most important skill is Medicinal Use. Okay, 30% longer. And the only other thing I power leveled here in the skill line is Gourmet. Gourmet, and that is 20 minutes duration to any food eaten. Okay. Alright, so I'm just going to show you how I tank. So you want to get your buffs up. So you want to taunt the enemy. Pull down my altar. Get my shields. Heavy attack. And that's a ranged taunt there. L1. Heavy attack. And so how to chain pull them in, I use my square to pull them in. Now, did you see that? It couldn't pull them in, so it just gave me my magicka back. Okay? Because I couldn't chain pull it. And then if I want to say the boss is about to do a heavy attack, I just want to interrupt him. Okay? Then I want a heavy attack. That's if I lose a taunt. Got a front bar. Pierce armor. Interrupt. Get my shields up. Heavy attack. Aggressive Warhorn to buff my team. Heavy attack. Green Dragon Blood if you're losing health. Get my shield up. Heavy attack. Taunt. Okay. And you can move around, interrupt them, move them around. There you go. So that's how you basic tanking. Okay. Okay, so if you found this tutorial helpful, so this is for new players to Elder Scrolls Online. So this is just basic techniques you can use for tanking. But definitely play around with it and try and get a good rotation for tanking. So my name's MStar. If you found this tutorial helpful, hit the like and subscribe button. I'll see you on the next tutorial. Thank you and goodbye.